She'll lay down now. Little one, get cozy. Sink into the warmth of your pillow. Feel the soft weight of your blanket like a cloud settling over you. Let your arms fall gently by your sides and breathe with me. In and out. Very slowly. There you go. That's perfect. The day is done. You've done enough. Let me take you somewhere old and quiet. Somewhere far away, where time moves slower, where dreams are soft, and stars write stories in the sky. Are you ready? Good. Our story tonight begins high above the ground, in a stone turret wrapped in ivy, where the wind carries secrets through slitted windows and candles flicker with ancient glow. This is where Lady Arabelle lives, a quiet soul, gentle, wise. She spends her nights mapping the sky, sketching constellations with ink, made from crushed berries and honey, golden and thick, mixed with the violet juice of blackberries, swirled until it gleams under candlelight. Can you imagine that dip, scratch, scribble? The soft sound of a quill gliding across parchment. Lady Arabelle sits in a woolen shawl, its edge embroidered with tiny silver stars, each one stitched by hand, each thread carrying a wish. Outside, the wind brushes against the tower stones, a soft, circular hush like the ocean resting. You hear it, don't you? The way the breeze, says she, again and again, so gently. She leans over her parchment now, carefully, and writes the name of a star, Orion. Oh, such a powerful name. In the old days, knights and sailors followed Orion's belt across oceans. They believed it led to safe shores. And tonight, it leads you to dreams. She draws the stars slowly. 3 perfect dots in a row. 1, 2, 3. Can you see them in your mind? Bright points of light, hovering above you, like lanterns strung in the sky. Now she moves her hand, swirling the quill around gently. She writes the next name. Lyra. That's the harp. An ancient instrument floating in the sky. It was said that angels played it at dusk, that its strings shimmered like silver threads in the heavens. Some nights, people swore they could hear it, just faintly, a lullaby in the wind. Would you like to hear it? Let's imagine it together. Soft notes drifting on air. Drift. Fade. You feel them in your chest. A quiet hum, soothing your breath, slowing your heartbeat. Lady Arabelle dips her quill again. She smiles. Not a big smile, just a small, sleepy one. She's remembering something. A story her mother once told her about how each person has a star twin, a light in the sky that mirrors their soul. She believes hers is a swift, bright star that races through the summer triangle. Do you wonder which star is yours? Maybe it's watching you right now, blinking slowly, smiling softly, just like you are. Behind her, the hearth crackles. Can you hear it? A tiny fire, fed with apple wood and dried lavender. Each pop and hiss is gentle, like old stories whispering themselves into the night. She rises, wraps the shawl tighter around her shoulders, walks to the stone arch of the window. Look with her now. Out into the night. The village below is sleeping, roofs dusted with moonlight. The river is silver, winding like a ribbon through the woods. An owl calls once, then again, but it's not startling. It's soft, like it's telling you, yes, it's time to rest. Lady Arabelle reaches for her book of star maps. It's heavy, bound in leather, with pressed flowers inside the pages. She turns to a well-worn sheet, one with faint gold dust still clinging to it. She touches the drawing of a star cluster and whispers, "When the bear climbs the sky, let your mind climb too." Slowly, softly, into a world made only of peace. She hums again, a lullaby. Now, low, circular, soothing. It wraps around you like a blanket. You feel your chest rise and fall to its rhythm. Slow and steady, slow and safe. The wind picks up again, but it doesn't howl. It sighs. Lady Arabelle watches the sky with half-closed eyes, her fingers still stained with ink and honey. She sets the quill down, closes her book, and lets the firelight warm her face. She knows something very old and very true, that the night is not to be feared. It is where dreams gather and float like petals into your mind. She closes her eyes, and so can you. You're safe in her world, safe in the stars. Just breathe. Let go. Let your thoughts drift like parchment boats across a quiet sea. Let your body sink into the mattress like sand beneath the tide. The stars are above you, watching, waiting, twinkling, and Lady Arabelle, with her maps and her moonlight, watches over you too. She whispers now, for you, sleep, dreamer. Your story has already begun, and it is written in the stars. Let's go back to her chamber now. The fire is lower, just gentle coals now, red and orange and pulsing, like the quiet heartbeat of the night. You can hear the tiny hiss of lavender sap inside the log. It's peaceful, like the night is sighing too. Lady Arabelle stands beside the hearth, hands tucked inside her sleeves. She looks serene, like she's standing inside a painting. She turns slowly, walks with bare feet across the cool stone. Each step is quiet. Heel, toe, heel, toe. There's no rush. She lifts a curtain soft and blue, embroidered with moons and tiny silver vines. Behind it, a shelf. Not just any shelf, a special one. It holds vials of pressed ink, tiny glass jars with shimmering dust, and a small wooden box no bigger than your hand. She opens it. Inside, a star map, one she made years ago, drawn by moonlight with the very same ink you saw tonight. Berries and honey. She runs her finger over the paper, not to read it, but to feel the memory. There's a secret here, a soft one. She once gave this map to someone she loved, a knight who rode under the stars and followed her map to find his way home. He returned it to her with a single pressed violet, still tucked into the corner. It's faded now, but not forgotten. She closes the box carefully and places it back on the shelf. Her face is calm, not sad, just full, as if every star she drew still flickers inside her chest. She returns to her chair, the big, quiet one, near the window, the one with the faded cushion and the soft, squeaky frame. She pulls a blanket over her knees. Wool, heavy, woven by hand. It smells faintly of time and something warm. Like old sunlight, she leans back, lets her head tilt, lets her shoulders go soft, lets the night carry her. And you do the same. Let your own shoulders soften. Let your neck relax. Let your breath become like hers. You are both breathing in time now. Inhale like cool air off a mountainside. Exhale like mist rising from the grass. There's nothing more to do. Just breathe. Just float. In the days of Lady Arabelle's world, star maps weren't just tools. They were believed to hold energy and fate. Some thought the stars could predict love. Others thought they guided travelers in their dreams. A few believed, softly, secretly, that stars whispered to those who listened. That if your heart was quiet and your breath was steady, you could hear the sky speak back. Arabelle hears something now. A tiny sound, so small it almost isn't real. The flutter of parchment, the hush of feathers. She turns to the window and sees a bird, a pale white owl, perched on the ledge, eyes wide and glowing, but not afraid. He carries a scroll in his claws, wrapped in twine, sealed with wax. She smiles. They've always found her, these messengers of the night. She unties the twine, opens the scroll slowly, and reads it silently. She doesn't speak the words aloud, but she doesn't need to, because somehow you already know. It says, the stars are shifting. The dreamers are ready. The night belongs to peace. Lady Arabelle folds the parchment, sets it beside the fire, and then she closes her eyes. She dreams beneath those stars. Just as you are beginning to, she dreams of floating lanterns drifting along a silver river. She dreams of constellations made of whispered names. She dreams of you, somewhere far, somewhere safe, curled in quiet breath, sleeping. And in her dream, she smiles. Because even in the hush of centuries, even in the hush of stories, she knows when a soul has found its rest. So now, let everything fall away. Thoughts, worries, sounds. Let your breath be soft. Let your eyelids be heavy. Let Lady Arabelle watch the skies for you tonight. You are safe. You are starlit. You are home. Can you still feel the hush? Yes, it's all around you. The quiet stone of the tower, the sleepy fire, the velvet pool of the stars above. Lady Arabelle is asleep now, her breath slow and even, like yours. In and out. Inhale peace, exhale the rest. There's nothing you need to do. Just listen, just float. The stars outside keep turning like a great wheel in the sky above the tower. The constellations shift slowly. Orion moves west. Cassiopeia tilts her chair. And Cygnus, the swan, glides wingtip to wingtip across the Milky Way. Can you picture it? The swan is flying slowly, not through clouds, but through stardust. Its wings are made of quiet light. Its eyes are tiny suns. In Lady Arabelle's time, they believed the Milky Way was the spilled milk of Hera, the queen of the gods. Others thought it was a river in the sky, a path souls could walk at night, guided by moonlight and watched by stars. She loved that story. She even embroidered it into the hem of her gown. Little silver threads, winding like a river through soft blue cloth. Now, back in the turret, the fire has almost gone out. Just one faint ember glows, soft orange, barely flickering, like a sleepy heartbeat. Lady Arabelle stirs slightly, but not to wait. She's shifting, curling deeper under her woolen blanket, sighing in her sleep. You hear the smallest exhale escape her lips, like the wind through a feather. And outside, it begins to snow. Yes, tiny flakes, silent and slow. They drift past the window, catch the starlight, and melt before they land. No sound, no cold, just softness, like dreams falling from the sky. Let them fall over you, too. Imagine each snowflake landing on your thoughts, melting them away, one by one, until there's nothing left but quiet. In her dream, Lady Arabelle is walking. She wears a cloak stitched with moon phases, half full, waning. She walks a garden path, but not just any garden. This one is old, overgrown, with herbs that only bloom at night, moonflowers, night blooming jasmine, ghost poppies. The air smells of mint and crushed rose leaves. Can you smell it? Cool, green, a little sweet. In medieval lore, they believed certain plants only opened their petals to starlight. That if you walked through a garden after midnight and whispered kindly, the plants would whisper back. Lady Arabelle hums as she walks, a slow, humming song, made from no language at all. And the flowers, they shimmer in response, as if singing back. The grass beneath her feet is soft and damp. The stones are warm from the sun earlier that day. Above her, the stars are so close, it feels like she could reach up and tuck one behind her ear. She pauses at the fountain. It's made of stone and shaped like a sleeping lion. Its mouth releases a trickle of water, cool and clear. She dips her fingers in and whispers her wish. Would you like to whisper one too? Go ahead, think it softly, and let the night carry it away. Now, she turns back, her cloak trailing softly behind her. The snow has followed her into the dream, but it doesn't fall heavy. It dances, tiny flakes, swirling, spinning, shining just enough to glow. She walks back toward the tower, which rises still and tall, like a lighthouse in a sea of stars. She climbs the spiral steps slowly, one by one, step, 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 and each one brings her closer to rest. Just like each breath brings you closer to sleep. You are safe here. You are warm. You are in the story now. The stars are your canopy. The tower is your shelter. Lady Arabelle's breath is matched with yours. Slow, soft, steady. Everything else is faded. There is only now. Only this moment. Only this calm. And as she curls once more beneath her blanket, the snow continues to fall outside. The sky glows a little brighter, as if the stars are leaning in to keep watch. And you are sinking now. Deeper and deeper, into stillness, into comfort, into sleep. Let it happen. Let go. Everything is quiet. Everything is soft. Everything is peace. The hour is late now, and the world is still. Nothing stirs in the village below. Not a cart, not a lantern, not a soul. It is that sacred hour when even dreams begin to sleep. Above, the stars slow their spinning. They no longer race across the sky. They float. They rest. Just like you. Lady Arabelle's turret is filled with this stillness. In medieval times, towers were places of both safety and solitude. Quiet chambers for writing, prayers, reflection. Her chamber is no different. It has watched many winters. It has heard laughter, tears, and lullabies. Tonight, it hears only peace. She is asleep once more, wrapped in her star-stitched blanket, her breath steady and low. The parchment she drew on earlier still rests on her table, ink glistening faintly in the firelight. The constellation Lyra, drawn with such care, almost seems to shimmer, as though it might lift from the page and float into the air. Outside, the snow continues, but it's lighter now, like sugar dust in a cake, all lace floating on the breeze. You can almost hear it, that delicate sound of snowflakes brushing stone. Soft, barely there. Let that sound fill your ears. Let it soften your thoughts. Now listen, there's a new sound. A creak. Very faint. Wood against wood. The door to the turret opens slowly, just enough for a small figure to step inside. It's not frightening. It's familiar. It's the old caretaker, a gentle soul named Tomas. He tends to the fires, the scrolls, and the clocks. Always quiet, always kind. Tomas steps into the room carefully. His boots are wrapped in cloth, so he won't wake Lady Arabelle. He carries a small tray with a candle and a steaming cup of something warm. He sets it down near the hearth, beside a folded letter. He doesn't speak. He simply watches her for a moment and smiles. A soft, knowing smile. Then, like a whisper, he disappears down the stairs again. The candle flickers beside the cup. Its flame dances slowly. Like it too is sleepy. The cup smells faintly of cinnamon and a medieval brew for peaceful sleep. In the old days, they called it dreaming tea, brewed from petals gathered under moonlight, sweetened with forest honey. It was said to bring good visions and gentle rest. Let the scent drift toward you now, faint and warm, wrapping around your breath like a lullaby. Lady Arabelle stirs slightly. A sigh, a smile. She has fallen into a deeper dream. In this dream, she is no longer in the turret. She's standing on the edge of a wide, quiet lake, its surface like glass, still and starlit. Above her, the entire sky is reflected in the water. Each star mirrored perfectly, each one glowing soft and silver. She takes a step forward, and the stars ripple beneath her feet. She walks onto the lake, not through magic, but through stillness. It welcomes her, holds her, carries her like breath. With every step, a new constellation forms below. Ursa Major, Pegasus, Andromeda, each one blooming like ink in water. You are there to watching from the shore, wrapped in your own cloak of dreams. And you feel peace, warmth, a deep sense of being home. Lady Arabelle kneels down now and touches the water. A circle of light glows from her hand, spreading outward until the entire lake is lit from sky to shore. And in that glow, you feel every part of you relax. Your fingers, your chest, your jaw, your back, each part softens, sinks. Let's go. You don't need to hold anything now. She turns her gaze toward you, not to speak, not to instruct, just to offer a look that says, you are safe, you are loved, you are exactly where you should be. The wind picks up slightly, sending a few snowflakes swirling across the lake. They land on the surface and disappear. Lady Arabelle turns back toward the tower and begins her walk again, step, 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 each one bringing her closer to waking and bringing you closer to sleep. Let your body mirror that motion, step by slow step, into deeper rest. Now the dream is beginning to dissolve, not vanish, just melt. Like frost touched by morning sun, Lady Arabelle is nearly awake. Her fingers twitch ever so gently beneath the woolen blanket, a sign that her soul is returning from the dream lake. But she's in no rush, and neither are you. Take your time. Stay here. In the quiet between sleep and waking, there's still more starlight to gather. A soft breeze enters the turret. It sneaks through a high window arch, stirring the edge of the map on her table. The map lifts slightly, then settles again. The ink glows faintly in the moonlight, still drying slowly, its scent like berries. An old honeycomb. In medieval times, they believed that maps made under moonlight were charged with something sacred, an energy not quite magical, but not entirely earthly either. Lady Arabelle believes it too, that her maps carry whispers, and maybe, just maybe, you've heard one of them tonight. She opens her eyes, just barely, lashes fluttering like a curtain in the wind. She blinks once, then twice, and smiles. The fire beside her is almost gone now. Just a dim ruby coal, but it gives off a sleepy kind of warmth, the kind that hums through stone and keeps the chill away. She stretches one arm, a graceful, unhurried movement, then pulls the blanket closer. She's not ready to leave the warmth. Not yet. And neither are you. Stay here, with her, in this safe tower, where the only sound is the hush of snow and the slow breath of the earth beneath you. Nothing needs your attention. There are no clocks here, no voices, no plans, just stars and stillness and rest. Did you know that in Arabelle's world, there were books passed down for centuries, filled with. One of them sits on the shelf beside her bed. Its cover is dark green leather, cracked but strong, stamped with a golden sun and crescent moon. Inside are ink sketches of constellations, notes in the margins, and pressed flowers, collected under specific moon phases. Each flower held a meaning, a message from the stars. Some for love, some for courage, some for dreams. Tonight, Arabelle had placed one on her pillow, a small bloom of wild chamomile. Its meaning, peace, and safe passage through the night. You may imagine a flower of your own, right there, on your pillow. Its scent is soft, its message clear. Sleep well, dear dreamer. You are being held by the stars, by the stories, by the quiet. Lady Arabelle closes her eyes again, and her thoughts become feathers. One thought, a silver star. Another, a field of windswept grass. Another, a cup of warm tea. They drift upward, then outward, then dissolve. Just like yours are doing now. Let them go. There is no need to hold them. Not tonight. Let your mind be light, like parchment left out under the moon. Soft, empty, open. You and Lady Arabelle are sleeping now, together, though far apart in time. She in her turret, and you in your bed, but your dreams are touching. Like fingertips across centuries, you are both walking the same garden path. The one from before, the one with moonflowers, and ghost poppies, and stones that remember every footstep. You are side by side. No words, no need, only warmth, only peace, only dreams. The snow has stopped now. Outside the tower, the sky is clearer than it's been in many nights. The stars above the turret are still glowing, and they whisper, "Sleep now. Stay soft. The world can wait." So you do. You fall deeper, softer, until there is only breath and night and dreams that map themselves onto the stars. There's a rhythm to the stars, not a beat, not like a drum. It's slower, softer, more like a pulse or the hush of waves brushing the shore at midnight. You're floating in that rhythm now, and so is she. Lady Arabelle lies still, wrapped in linen and dreams, a woolen blanket drawn to her chin, a book resting on her chest. Its title, The Songs of the Heavens, a collection of star tales passed from bard to bard, written in flowing, curling script. Some of the ink has faded, but the words are still alive. Let me read one of them to you. Softly, just a fragment, when Vega sings above the hills, and Altair answers far away. A bridge of stars shall carry sleep from dusk until the break of day. There's a hush after the word, a silence that settles on the skin like dew. Let it rest on you. Let it sink in. In Arabelle's time, people believed that the star Vega was the Weaver Maiden, and Altair, her lover, separated by the river of heaven. But once each year, magpies would form a bridge so the two could meet. They called this day the Night of Silver Threads, and when you look up into the summer sky, you can still find them, two tiny lights, reaching toward each other across time and space. Let your breath follow that idea, stretching long and far. And as Vega rises out, as Altair returns, the stars stretch, so do you, like silk drifting in water. No hurry, no edges, only floating, only breath. The sky above the turret is shifting now, slowly, softly. The deepest part of night is giving way to blue, not daylight yet, just the hint of it, a pale blue feather, touching the hem of darkness. Lady Arabelle sighs in her sleep, just once. She doesn't wake, not yet, but her soul feels the sky turning far below. The river gleams faintly. It snakes past cottages and frost-covered fields, its surface smooth, mirroring stars that slowly fade. Smoke curls from a few chimneys now. Not many, just a few early risers, bakers, cooks, quiet monks in candlelit rooms. But in the turret, time is still paused. The morning can wait, and so can you. Let yourself stay here, held, quiet, safe between stars and sunrise. You are wrapped in warmth, and watched by stories, and guided by a gentle soul. In Arabelle's world, they mark time by the stars, not clocks, but constellations. When Orion reached the edge of the sky, they knew dawn was close. He's almost there now. You can picture him, the great hunter, outlined in silver light, bow drawn not to fight, but to greet the morning. Even the stars rest eventually. Even Orion. Let your body rest like that, too. Heavy, still, your hands loose, your spine melting into your bed. The air around you is thick, with calm, like a quilt made of moonlight and mist. Inside the turret, the last ember fades, and Lady Arabelle smiles in her sleep. Somewhere, a bell tolls softly, not a call to rise, but a signal to the stars. Your watch is done. The dreamers are safe. Let that sound ring through your heart. Look, gentle, like the final note of a lullaby. And now, the night wraps its arms around you one last time. Sleep deeper. Float farther. Dream longer. You are not alone. You are part of the sky now. The stars are nearly gone now. Not gone completely, just hidden. As if they've stepped behind a curtain of soft sky, only the faintest few still glow. Lingering, watching, above Lady Arabelle's turret. They keep their vigil a little longer, just for her. And just for you. Inside the tower, the parchment still rests, untouched. The ink is dry now. Cool, set a memory fixed in place. Lady Arabelle begins to stir, gently. The way petals open. Not startled, not rushed. She draws in a breath, slow and deep, and lets it go, like the hush of wind through lace. She blinks, then slowly, she rises. She places her bare feet on the cool stone floor. Her soles press against ancient patterns, a mosaic of moons and stars, inlaid centuries ago by careful hands. This floor has held many dreamers. She stands now, wrapped in her blanket, moving toward the window. The glass is fogged slightly from her sleep. But outside, the snow has stopped. The rooftops shimmer in quiet silver. It is morning, but only just. The world has not yet begun to stir. In medieval villages, the earliest bells rang only after the monks' morning prayers, a sign that it was time to light hearths, knead dough, greet the frost. But here, in the turret, there are no bells, only stillness, only peace. Arabelle breathes it in. The cool air, the memory of snow, the weight of the sky. She thinks to herself, the stars are gone now, but they'll return. They always do. She folds the blanket neatly, lays it over the edge of her chair, and begins her quiet morning ritual. She lights a small lamp, wicks trimmed from last night's taper. Its flame is steady, unflickering. Then she pours warm water into a basin and washes her face with rose-scented cloth. The scent is subtle, ancient, comforting. Let it drift to you now. A cool rose breeze, soft as breath on the cheek. She slips into her morning gown, woolen sky blue, lined with velvet at the cuffs. Embroidered stars climb its hem, not by accident, but with purpose. In Arabelle's world, clothing carried meaning. Stitches were stories, symbols were spells. A star at the edge of your sleeve was thought to guide your hand through the day. And so, she carries stars with her still. She steps toward the scroll shelf. Her fingers trace over each binding. Rough leather, smooth waxed twine, velvet covers with gold thread titles. She selects one, unrolls it with care. It's a record of the stars from the month before. Her notes, her sketches, her thoughts written in a looping, steady hand. She reads them silently. A small nod, a thoughtful hum. She sees how Orion moved faster than expected, how Lyra dipped low on the horizon, how clouds softened the sky for a week, then vanished. All of it. Not just patterns, but personality, she thinks. The sky changes, just like we do, and she smiles. You're still with her, still resting, still warm beneath your blanket, still floating in her calm. Let your breath match hers again, long and slow, like waves brushing through time. Lady Arabelle steps back toward her table. The cup of dreaming tea still sits beside the fire, long since cooled, but its scent remains. Sweet, faintly spiced. She lifts it, takes one final sip, and sets it down again. Today, she will prepare a new map, one for the next phase of the moon. But not yet. Not until the world is fully awake. And even then, only if the stars call her to it. You don't need to wake yet. You're still inside this quiet hour, still under the turret sky. Let your thoughts fall back to the snow, to the hum of stars across parchment. You are still dreaming, even with eyes closed, even with heart quiet. Feel the bed beneath you, the softness, the stillness, the safety. You're being held just like she is. By the tower, by the stars, by stories that don't need an ending. The world outside is beginning to shift. Not fully awake, just stretching. The frost on the rooftops sparkles faintly, kissed by the very first threads of golden light. Thin beams, quiet and careful, sliding through cracks in shutters and stone. And in the turret, the hush remains. Not sleepy now, but sacred. That in-between time. Not night, not day. Something else. Something only the soul can name. Lady Arabelle lights another small candle. This one with a center pressed to violets. She always begins the day this way. Not with noise, but with scent and silence. She places it near her desk, where yesterday's map still rests, a gentle reminder of the stars that watched her sleep. The light flickers slowly, not fast, not wild, just enough to paint soft gold on the edges of her parchment. In medieval times, candles were a precious thing, made of tallow or beeswax, often infused with herbs or petals to calm the air or to mark an hour of prayer. Some said certain herbs, lavender, thyme, violet, could keep dreams from slipping away too quickly. Lady Arabelle believes this. So every morning, she lights a new candle, not to see more clearly, but to remember what the night whispered. She opens her window now, just a little, and the morning air flows in, cool, clean, laced with the scent of stone and pine. She closes her eyes for a moment and lets it wash over her. You can do the same. Imagine your window now, opened just a crack, and a breath of calm air drifting in across your face. Breathe it in and release. Far below the tower, a single figure walks the narrow cobbled path, a baker wrapped in wool, carrying firewood under one arm. He does not see her in the window, but she sees him. She watches him pause near the fountain, where the water still flows beneath a thin layer of ice. He touches the edge of the stone, then looks up at the sky, just for a moment, as if to say thank you, as if to greet the new day with wonder. That is how Arabelle sees the world, full of quiet magic hiding in simple things. Ink, fire, a snowflake, caught on wool, the scent of violets in candle smoke, even the way your breath rises and falls. That, too, is magic. Listen to it now, and smile gently with her. She walks back to her desk, pulls a stool from beneath it. Smooth wood, rounded by years of use. She sits, slowly, lets her shoulders fall loose, lets her spine settle, and she opens a new page. Fresh parchment, cream-colored and cool to the touch. She dips her quill in a fresh vial of ink, this one deeper in color, a midnight plum. She does not rush. Each motion is measured, deliberate, sacred. Like a spell, she begins to draw, not a map of places, but a map of sky. She sketches Orion's last known position. Just before it slid past the tower's arch, she marks where Vega kissed the horizon. She draws Lyra, then pauses, and smiles. There, in the curve of her line, is a memory, a quiet one, of snow fallen on ink, of stars dancing in tea, of dreams shared across lifetimes. Maybe with you? As she draws, her hand moves like breath, fluid, even slow. No rush, no mistakes, because here, there's no such thing as error, only rhythm, only flow. Let your mind follow her hand now. The way the quill curves, the way ink glides into symbols. Let each line drawn be a step deeper into calm, into stillness, into sleep. And though morning is near, you are still dreaming, still surrounded by star maps and candlelight, still held by hands that never rush you. Lady Arabelle continues her sketching, but it's more than a drawing. It's a message, a map for the soul, for the dreamer, for you. Let her keep drawing for. Now let the candle burn. Let the violet scent rest in the air. And you, let yourself drift deeper into the paper, into the stars. into a sleep that watches over you as carefully as she does. The world is fully lit now, but inside the turret, time moves at its own pace. Lady Arabelle sits still. Her hand glides across the parchment, not with haste, but with a kind of reverence. Each line she draws is a breath, each symbol a heartbeat. The map unfolds like a memory, or a song too soft for voices. Let your own breathing slow to match her motion. In, like ink touching parchment. Out, like the sound of snow slipping from a branch. Let it all fall away. Just for now. There is no weight, no need, no thought to chase. As she draws, Arabelle remembers a story her mother once told her. Long ago, on a similar morning, it was about a shepherd who followed a falling star deep into the woods beyond their village. He walked for days, not afraid, because the star left a trail of light in the leaves. At the end of the path, he found a grove where nothing ever died. Leaves stayed green, even in frost, and at the grove center, a well so deep, it reflected constellations no one had ever mapped, not in books, not in dreams, just for him. Her mother had smiled and said, "Stars hide their most beautiful stories for those who walk slowly." Arabelle had never forgotten that. So now, even as she sketches the familiar sky, she looks for the places others might miss. A flicker in the corner, a crooked star, a shape too small to name. Maybe you have one of those inside you, too, a quiet thing worth discovering. The candle's flame wavers slightly. A breeze, just a small one size through the window. It carries with it the scent of morning bread from the village oven's warm, yeasty, soft with steam. Let it drift into your breath now, filling your lungs with comfort. No rush, no hunger, just satisfaction and stillness. In medieval kitchens, ovens were lit before sunrise. The first loaves were shaped with herbs or charms pressed into the dough. Rosemary for remembrance, thyme for courage, lavender for dreams. Arabelle loved lavender most. When she was young, she tucked small bundles beneath her pillow and believed they helped her remember her star maps more clearly. Maybe tonight, you'll dream of your own map, lines of silver light unfolding behind your eyelids as you sleep. Imagine your fingers now, resting lightly on cool parchment. You hold a quill, the ink flows. Even without your effort, you draw lines that feel familiar. Not because you've seen them, but because they're part of you. You know where each star belongs. You know their names, even if you've never spoken them aloud. Let your breath guide the pen. Let the paper hold your secrets. You are not writing, you are remembering. And when you are ready, let it go. Let the ink dry. Let the quill rest. Let your hands become still again. Everything you need is already written. Everything you are is already known by the stars. Lady Arabelle stands once more. She stretches. A long, slow reach toward the wooden beams above. You can hear the faint crack of her joints, the rustle of a gown, the breath she takes in as if she's filling herself with light. She steps to the window again, lays one hand on the sill, and watches the day begin. But even now, even in sunlight, she carries night within her, and so do you. So close your eyes again, even if they're already closed. Close them deeper. Sink beneath the parchment, beneath the map, beneath the tower. Let sleep rise like a slow tide. Let dreams curl like the edges of old paper. You are safe. You are starlit. You are still. Lady Arabelle stands still at her window, one hand resting on the stone sill, the other pressed lightly to her chest. She feels the warmth of morning, not bright, not loud, just a golden hush spreading slowly across the village roofs. She watches a blackbird take flight, wings wide, gliding low over frost-covered fields. Its shadow stretches long across the snow, then disappears into the trees. The sky now is brushed with soft color, a gentle milk glass blue, streaked with faded pink, and the faintest memory of silver. It's the kind of morning that doesn't speak in full sentences, only in sighs and sunbeams. Let that sky fill your mind now, wide, weightless, and cool. Breathe into it and breathe out. There's no need to think, only to feel. Arabelle closes the window now. Not sharply, not with sound, just enough to seal in the quiet. She walks back to her table and gazes down at her completed map. The lines are clean, elegant, alive. She smiles and dips the tip of her finger in melted wax. With a practiced touch, she seals the corner of the parchment, then presses her signet ring into the warm surface. A star, inside a circle, wrapped in a vine of thorns. Her symbol, her promise to herself, to map what others forget to look for. In the Middle Ages, seals were more than just signatures, scrolls, and time. They were shields, marks of identity carried across letters. Even now, you carry a seal of your own, not in wax, but in breath. It's in the way you sleep, the way you dream, the way you feel stillness blooming behind your ribs. That's your seal, your star. No one else can wear it. Let it rest there now, right above your heart, a quiet star, pressing warmth into your skin. Feel it glow, slowly, softly, like the last ember in a sacred heart. There's nothing you need to do, nothing to fix, nothing to reach for. Only this, only now, only the hum of being. Lady Arabelle tucks the sealed map into a velvet pouch, drawstrings braided with golden thread. She places it in a wooden drawer lined with wool. Then she closes her eyes and whispers something to herself, not in a voice meant to be heard, but in one meant to be remembered. You don't need to know the words, just the feeling they leave behind, like a lullaby sung into the soul, not the ears. The room is quiet again, only the faint pop of cooling embers, only the heartbeat of the house. And beyond that, snow melting in the sun, leaves shifting in the breeze, a crow calling from the west. Life, but softened, as if the whole world is walking on tiptoe, so you don't wake too soon. So let go again. Sink a little deeper. Float a little longer. Let your arms grow heavier. Let your legs rest deeper. Let your thoughts stretch. Then dissolve. You are still in the tower, still beneath the stars, even in morning light, because Arabelle knows, and so do you, that stars never leave. They just wait behind the sky. Breathe in, like light sliding across parchment. Breathe out, like ink flowing from a quill. You are part of this story now, not just listening, but dreaming with it. Lady Arabelle gathers her shawl, wraps it loosely around her shoulders. She walks slowly toward the stairs, not leaving, just stepping into the day. But you stay in the turret, wrapped in soft dreams and starlit silence. And when night returns, she'll be back at her table, ink ready, waiting to write the next dream with you. The turret is still, though Lady Arabelle has descended the stairs. Her presence lingers in the folds of her blanket, in the gently cooling wax on the map, in the quiet hush that always follows meaningful things. Her tower is a space that remembers, and you are remembered too. The air here holds your shape. The cushion remembers where you rested. The shadows are drawn in soft angles just for you. Inhale and picture the tower, wrapped in light. The stones, warm with golden sun. A sleepy breeze curling against the window glass. The faint creak of wood shifting as the day stretches. Exhale and let yourself melt further into your blanket. You're not leaving the dream. You're letting it expand around you. In Arabelle's time, certain towers were designed with star watching in mind, built higher than needed, angled to face true north. Their windows framed specific constellations like artwork. Those who lived in such towers were called skykeepers, not nobles, not priests, just watchers, recorders, dreamers. Lady Arabelle never claimed the title, but the stars whispered it to her all the same. And maybe now they whisper it to you. To Skykeeper, Watcher of Dreams, Sleeper of Stars. Let yourself imagine a title of your own, something ancient and true that only you know. Maybe it's made of moonlight. Maybe it smells like lavender. Maybe it's written in a language only clouds can read. Whatever it is, hold it gently. Tuck it inside your chest like a folded note sealed with wax. It's yours, and no one needs to see it for it to matter. A small bird has flown into the turret now. It hops along the windowsill. Black eyes blinking, feathers puffed from the morning chill. It peers at the desk, at the parchment, at the candle stub still smoking faintly, and then, with one soft chirp, it lifts its wings and disappears again, like a dream leaving no footprint behind. Let yourself be like that bird. Light, free, just visiting. This place holds no demands, no clocks, no loudness, just stories, and softness, and sleep. Down below, in a castle garden, Lady Arabelle walks slowly beneath bare-branched trees. Frost glitters on the stone benches. Tiny icicles hang from the edge of the sundial. But she is warm beneath her cloak, lined with fur, embroidered with stars, heavy in all the right ways. She carries no scrolls now, no ink, just a folded slip of paper in her hand. Today's star reading. It is not for kings, not for scholars, just for her. The stars were never meant to guide only ships, or soldiers, or emperors. They were meant for anyone who paused, anyone who looked up and wondered. You have done that, too. Maybe with your eye, maybe only in your heart, but wonder is enough. She stops near the sundial and tilts her head back. The sky is pale now, a soft, shimmering blue with only a few brave stars still visible. She mouths their names, so quietly only the wind hears them, then closes her eyes. And in this still moment, you and Arabelle are the same, two dreamers, listening to the last breath of night before day fully arrives. And that breath, it says, stay still, stay slow, let go. So let go again. You don't have to follow her through the garden. Not yet. Stay in a tower, wrapped in the warmth she left behind. Let the wind sing lullabies to your bones. Let the stars in your chest pulse gently beneath your skin. Even in sunlight, sleep still holds you. Even in waking, dreams are real. Let your breath slow. Let your limbs be heavy. Let your thoughts soften, like parchment dipped in lavender tea. You are the Skykeeper now, and your map is drawn with dreams. Up in the turret, time stands still. The morning has settled in fully. Snow slowly melting from the edges of the tower stones. Sunlight warming the last traces of frost. But in here, there's no urgency, only softness, only stillness, and that's where you are now. You're not watching the clock. You're not chasing anything. You are resting inside the breath between moments. The room is filled with gentle sounds, a creak in the beams above, the soft crumble of ash in the hearth, and the faint whisper of wind circling the spire. The violet-scented candle from earlier has gone out on its own. The smoke curls upward, leaving behind a sweet, herbal hush. You can almost smell it, faint and familiar, like something from a forgotten dream. Breathe in, as if drawing that scent into your chest. Breathe out, letting it bloom beneath your ribs. Your shoulders soften, your jaw loosens, your thoughts slow down. You are here now, held by this tower, wrapped in quiet. Below, in the garden, Lady Arabelle steps past the sundial and walks the winding path that leads to the old chapel. She doesn't go there to pray, not in the way others do. She goes there to listen, to the wind against the stained glass, to the breath of the earth below the stone, to herself. In medieval times, people believed chapellos held a different kind of silence, not emptiness, but fullness, a sacred quiet that could soak into your skin like sunlight through leaves. That's what Arabelle seeks. That's what you're feeling now. A silence that feeds you. Instead of asking from you, she opens the chapel door. It creaks just a little. then falls back into its frame with a soft, padded thud. Inside, the air is cool and still. Dust motes float lazily through slanted beams of colored light. There's no choir, no voices, only the faint echo of stone breathing around her. She walks past rows of wooden pews. Her fingertips trail across the backs, worn smooth by centuries of hands and time. Each bench tells a story, not with words, but with texture. At the front, she pauses and sits. No book, no candle, just herself. And the quiet. You're sitting too, not in the chapel, but in that same kind of stillness, a silence, without sharp edges, a space made only for rest. Let yourself stay here. Let the stillness enter you like breath. No pressure, no push, just being, just quiet. Lady Arabelle closes her eyes. She remembers a night when her mother brought her here, wrapped in 2 cloaks and holding her by the hand. They sat on the same bench. The candles were lit then. The air smelled of pine, and her mother whispered, "This is where we go when our hearts are full of stars and no one else can see them." That's how Arabelle knew she was, a skykeeper. That's how you know. So you are full of stars. Even if you've never mapped them, even if they only shine behind your dreams, they are still there. And now, you can let them guide you, not out, but inward, to the softest sleep, the kind that heals, the kind that hums. Lady Arabelle does not speak. She only breathes and listens and lets the chapel do its work. You do the same. Still and starlit, the chapel holds her like a cradle. Stone and shadow, cool air and still light. Lady Arabelle breathes slowly. So slowly, even time seems to pause and listen. You breathe with her now. One slow inhale, one longer exhale, like waves brushing gently across your chest. You are in no hurry. You are not behind. You are not late. You are simply here. The bench beneath her is smooth with age, carved with faint markings, names long forgotten, symbols of vines and faded stars. Her fingers trace one, an etched spiral, simple, endless. She smiles. Some say that spiral was the oldest symbol in all of history. It meant life and sleep and cycles. A path you walk, not with feet, but with breath, and you're walking it now. In the medieval world, chapel builders often placed spiral carvings near doors. They believed it helped the soul wind its way inward, to silence, to meaning, to rest. They didn't need to explain it. They just felt it. So let yourself spiral now. Not upward, not outward, but deeper. Inward, toward peace. Each breath you take is a step. Each heartbeat, a turning. Picture the spiral in your own chest. Drawn not with ink, but with warmth. Soft lines of light coiling gently toward your center. You follow it. Not walking, not thinking, just sinking, drifting. Your hands grow heavy. Your thoughts grow slow. You are coasting now. Not toward anything, just within. Lady Arabelle's eyes remain closed. Her shoulders loose, her face still. She doesn't try to chase visions. She lets them come. And what comes is not a sight, but a sound. A single note, clear and delicate, ringing through the quiet. It is not from the bell tower. It is not from outside. It is a memory, a tone from her childhood. The sound her mother used to make when dipping her finger into water and circling the rim of her teacup. That ringing hum of presence. It brings with it a flood of scent. Dried orange peel, clove, a hint of sweet berry. The memory wraps around her like steam from a cup. Warm, unseen, but real. And through it, her mother's voice whispers, "You are made of the same things that stars are made of. That's why they follow you. You are made of starlight too. Not just as poetry, as truth. The same dust, the same shimmer, the same quiet glow. That's why sleep feels so good, because it returns you to the sky inside you. You are drifting now, not away, but deeper into who you truly are. Lady Arabelle rises from the bench, not quickly, not urgently. She lets her hands rest on the carved spiral one last time. Then she'll walk back through the chapel. Each footstep soft, each movement slow. The door creaks open, and the daylight greets her with golden arms. But she does not flinch, because she carries the chapel's silence inside her now. Just as you do, back in the turret, the shadows have shifted. A patch of sun warms the corner of the rug. The candle has burned down to a smooth wax puddle, and a new wind presses gently against the shutters. Everything waits, not for anything, just patiently. The turret remembers you. It welcomes your stillness. It holds your dreams as carefully as Arabelle holds her maps. So stay here, in the memory of the chapel, in the arms of the tower, in the hush of your own heart. Let your breath be a spiral. Let your bones be stone. Let your thoughts be clouds. And when you wake again, the stars will still be with you, because they never left. The tower waits. The stone cools slowly under sunlit skies. And the parchment on the desk, Lady Arabelle's latest star map, sits in golden quietude. Outside the window, a single feather floats past, black and white, light as breath, dancing slowly in the breeze. No one sees where it came from. No one sees where it lands, but it glides by like a thought. You no longer need to hold. Let your thoughts do the same. Now, drift, fall, disappear softly without sound. Lady Arabelle moves through the castle halls. Her fingers brush the old stone walls. Walls etched by time, softened by candlelight, and warmed by memory. Each step she takes is slow, purposeful, not seeking, only being. She is not walking towards something. She is simply part of the stillness. You are too. In the medieval world, many believed that memory lived in places that stone could hold a voice, a moment, a wish. They called it memory architecture. The belief that silence could be kept by walls, arches, doors. Lady Arabelle believes this too. And now, you do as well. Let the place around you, your bed, your room, your breath, become your quiet memory tower. The air here is still, heavy, with peace, sweet, with age. A dust mote catches in the sunlight. It turns once, twice, then disappears again, like a secret returning home. Let your thoughts float just like that, turning once, twice, then fading gently into calm. She enters a small room, one few people know about. Its ceiling is domed, painted long ago in midnight blue. Tiny stars, pressed from gold leaf and river stone, dot the sky above her. She lies down on the cool marble floor, a fur-lined cloak beneath her, a folded scarf beneath her head. And she looks up. You can lie down too now. If you haven't already, let your back settle. Let your arms go soft at your sides. Let your breath widen as you gaze upward in your mind. Imagine a ceiling painted with constellations that hum faintly, just for you. They don't ask questions. They don't speak loudly. They just glow. Lady Arabelle hums a quiet melody, one her mother taught her during a Snowdon winter long ago. The tune is simple, 3 soft notes, repeated, swaying like tree branches against a hush of falling snow. She doesn't sing it. She lets it drift from her throat like a sigh. And in that sigh are all the winter she has ever known. Let the hum wrap around you now. Even if you don't hear it, feel it. It curls around your legs, settles over your chest, and smooths the space between your brows. This sound asks nothing of you. It only offers rest. At the center of the domed ceiling, there's one star slightly larger than the rest. Not painted, but a small mirror, set into the plaster. Lady Arabelle looks into it, and though it's just a glint of silver, it reflects something real, her own eyes, soft, at peace. It is said that in ancient times, mirrored stars were placed above dreaming rooms to help the soul remember its way back home after wandering. If your dreams take you far tonight, to skies unknown, to memories unexplored, don't worry, the star will be there when you return. It always is. Arabelle closes her eyes, not to block out the stars, but to feel them more fully. They are not gone. They are behind her eyelids now, spinning slowly, gently, inside her, just like yours. Let them turn. Let them glow. Let them hum you into sleep.